knowledge is the key, success is the door. Join Mangaliso Kheu's content. Let's learn and explore.
Hello guys, it's your boy Mangaliso Kheu. Today I have a national top achiever, 2024 national top achiever, guys, all the way from KZN, guys, for technical mathematics. Whether you're doing maths or technical mathematics, even in mathematics, listen to him, listen to his tips, listen to his last messages. You guys will be writing tomorrow your paper 1 and Monday paper 2. Make sure, guys, you listen, you watch the video from start to finish. It's a very, very important video. You really need his words of motivation. He is an inspiration, guys. Listen to that video and make sure, guys, you like the video, share and subscribe. Danko, stay tuned.
KZN with Enanda Newtown Comprehensive all the way to Ntombela.
Hi everyone, I'm Olwethu Ntombela, one of the national top achievers of 2024. I got second position for technical mathematics, 100% in technical mathematics during the National Top Achievers Awards. I am from KZN Enanda in Durban. I was enrolled at Enanda Newtown Comprehensive High School, one of the best schools in Durban, public best schools in Durban. So I'm here to share words of encouragement and strength toward your matric examinations. I'm gonna share some of my achievements, because there are a lot. Some of my achievements towards the end of the video, so stay tuned. Doing matric is not a black and white thing whereby you can just relax and then say, no, I'm doing matric, everything is gonna go according to your imaginary plan. There is a lot of investments that are expected from you, especially sacrificing your time, sacrificing your relationships that you usually have. Society expects a lot from us, so that's why we tend to feel pressured when it's come to doing matric and even writing. You find people having fear, because there's a lot expected from us. Well, I also experienced those challenges, and I wish there was someone who can tell me or teach me how to handle that challenges, but I was alone. I figured it out, and it worked. I was able to break through despite feeling pressured. Yeah, it was a lot. So I've written down the challenges, significant challenges that I have faced, because there are some challenges that are maybe I don't consider them challenges myself, but someone can consider them challenges. So I've written. So the first challenge is pressure. I experienced an internal pressure within me, societal pressure from school, pressure from home, family, and friends. So the internal pressure, I was pressuring myself because I knew everyone knows me. Like in the school, everyone, they know me. Even in the circuit, they know me. Okay, I'm a top performing learner, so I must do well in my final exam. And mind you, doing grade 12, especially when you are writing your final examination, it's the first time you are actually writing the grade 12 final examination, and it's the first time and the last time you're doing it. That is the only chance that you get, because after that it's a struggle to get the desired marks. So I was telling myself, I can't fail, I have to do this by all means. So I had internal conflict within me. Also from school, I would receive pressure from teachers, especially my math teacher. My math teacher will always say, Ntombela, you must get this 100. You have been saying you want 100 from term 1, and you are still owing me because you didn't get 100 throughout the year. So it's your chance now, a last chance to get 100, and you owe it to me and to yourself. So it's a so do get this 100. I want it. So I told myself, this pressure, although you can, this pressure is negative, it's an unnecessary pressure, but I do see it positive on my side, because I was able to say, okay, I've heard Mr. Mhlongo, and I should do as he says, as Bengenza Saqaleni. I need to get this 100 just to prove a point. Actually, I need to get this 100 just to prove a point. And then I made some inventions within me, did some sacrifices to get this 100%. It wasn't easy, as metric is not easy at all. It's not easy at all, especially if you're doing it your first time. Almost all of us were doing it for the first time. Most of us were doing it for the first time. So it's not easy, Shem. So societal pressure, in your neighborhood they will say you are doing matric. They will ask you if you are doing matric, and then you say yes, and then they will say no, we'll see you on the paper when what, so what. And that created if I fail, everyone will know what I failed matric. And it's kind of a stigmatized thing. If you fail matric, it's an end of the world for you. No, it's not the case. Just that there will be challenges at matric, but you can still go forward and obtain your NSC. So it's not the end of the world. But I wanted to do it once for all, just pass matric and go to university. Dream University, University of Johannesburg. So that is one of the significant challenges that I experienced during my matric 2024 academic year. The second one is wanting to help, overly wanting to help others. I invented sort of tutorial lessons, Saturday tutorial lessons for my classmates who are struggling with math specifically, because I've learned everything in math. Like by term 2, I was done with everything regarding math. So I invented tutorial lessons from the beginning of the year, just to elevate the pass percentage, also the quality of the math marks. So I gave them this belief, I will always be there for them no matter what. So they will always come with challenges, problems they have got in the textbook, step ahead, past papers, but we need to do this, we want to know this, and then I was okay, then we'll do it during the tutorial lesson. So it was a 2-hour tutorial lesson. And then during the final exams, I decided I should just stop sacrificing my time, spend it to myself for the first time in that year. So and they experienced the shift, because Nami I wanted to have something with okay. La, I spend my time, all of my time fixing this because I believe that maths, if I don't get 100% in maths, that is my weakest area, which is not true. Because getting about 97 does it means we are doing very well. Actually, we are doing very well, very very well. Because even a 70 in technical maths, like in J, it's exceptional. So I get it because I wanted to prove a certain point, and to prove which I can do it, I wanted 100. So another challenge is competition. There was competition within me, and then there was external competition. I was not competing with others because I didn't see them as competitors, but I see them as opportunists who wanted an opportunity to be seen, who wanted an improvement of their marks, because everyone wants to maximize their marks. So I was competing with myself. I reflected back on my previous results and consulted on how to fix or to elevate the marks, because there was nothing to fix, but I wanted to elevate them, on how to elevate my marks. So the competition was within me, and it was quite a challenge for me, because you can't compare term 1 and term 2, because term 1, it's an introduction, it's a lot of simpler than term 2 going forward to term 3. So it was a bit of a challenge, and also there were outside competitors within the top 10, grade 12 top 10, who I've heard which they were competing with me. So number one, I didn't want to lose the position that I held, which is position 1, but I also didn't want to compete with them, which I didn't want to compete with them because I didn't see them as competitors. So I avoided a competition, yet it has found me in every corner. I've dug it anywhere, still I'm taller. So competition. Toxic environment, as I've mentioned, I'm coming from Enanda, one of the most dangerous places in South Africa. So my school is distant from home. I use public transport to get to school or vice versa. So again, I had to take public transport early in the morning, because early in our school, my school is very strict when it comes to rules, punctuality, the way the dress code and everything. So I had to take the transport to make sure I get the transport very early in the morning. It was better during the summer time, but during the winter it was the worst time of the year. There was this one day I even cried after amakhaza, cold frost. It's bad, but I was able to say it was worth it. Balancing my roles, I was also RSL deputy president in my school, so I had to balance the roles, tutoring role, also the deputy presidency role, my curriculum, also my social life, because despite having academics, you must also have a part of relaxing and being yourself, not a robot. Because when we are on academics, we seem like we are simply like we are robots. The way the mind works, it works deeper. Also, the last challenge, which it challenges Ifesa and I also face it now, it's natural fatigue. Fatigue is there, but I had to say it's okay. I know what I want, and I want my dream course, I want my dream university, I want to be seen, I want to leave a mark to those who are behind me. So I had to sacrifice everything, even myself, fatigue and do what I'm supposed to do. As the logo or the slogan of my school says, it's first thing first. So the first thing to do was to acquire education, and after education then came in Singapore. But the first thing first is education. Despite challenges, I was able to break through innovations that I've made and sacrifices that I've done to be able to conquer the 2024 academic year. So for a pressure, just know that you will always experience pressure, whether you are in primary, high school, university, even at work, you will experience pressure, but it's about how you handle it. Sometimes you don't need anyone to validate what you are doing. For instance, negative pressure, because there are those who exert a negative pressure on you, and there's no need for you to interpret it as a factual and a right thing to do. No. Even those who exert a positive pressure, maybe it may not align with you. Just do what you're doing during the year. Do not change anything. Just be consistent. Be yourself. If you get pressure, mostly positive pressure, use it as a catalyst for you to push harder than before. That is the advice that I can give to you. And then there are those people who believe that they were born with the calling of helping people, just like me. Sometimes we should stop being selfless, be selfish for a short period of time. Just pause everything and focus on yourself and say, this is my time to shine, and I can't let anyone to take it from me. So I know wanting to help, yeah, it's a good thing, but it's a good thing to who? To those who receive help. What about you? So you have to think about yourself also. Also consider yourself. Also competition. My high school mechanical technology teacher always told me, a good competition is a competition with yourself. That is the only good competition. So do not target others as a competition arco. Also avoid being a competition to others. Have a sort of collaboration, because where there's unity, there's always success. Where there's unity, there's always success. So there's no need for you to compete in abanye. Maybe the competition may be positive, but I do not encourage it, because for me, it doesn't work. Because the relationship that you'll be having in future with your ex-schoolmate will not be genuine, because you are a competition to them or you are competing with them. So rather have a competition with yourself. Rather consider a competition with yourself. Also, for a toxic environment, unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about the environment, because you can't change it. It will always be a toxic environment, but you have to adapt to it. Do izinto zokubeka on the safe side. Then balancing the roles, yeah, that is a very important thing. You should balance your roles, because in future you'll be at work, you'll be having multiple roles or duties that you need to balance. So it's a good thing that you are exposed to multiple roles during your high school period, because it teaches you early on how to balance it. Like good to learn something when you are still young. At this stage of life, you can still learn something new. So yeah, you should balance your roles. Maybe you are given a class rep role, you should balance it to your school work. Yeah, then fatigue. I'm gonna give tips regarding fatigue on how to manage it, because there's this thing, fatigue, it's a natural thing. There's nothing that we can do about it. We get fatigued, of course, sabantu. So yeah, but you have to manage it somehow, some way. So I'm here to share tips. I have released a document on my TikTok account on how you should practice technical science, physical science, technical math, mathematics, math literacy. This document just highlights on how to practice and what time to practice, because I've made a sort of a schedule for you to practice, just to ease things out, because I know you are facing a lot of pressure with other subjects. You have weak areas that you need to focus on. So I have contributed, I've done my part as a national top achiever, contributed in helping you manage your final exams. It's not a big thing, but I think it will help when it's come to managing those subjects, because most people consider this subject hard, but if you have a good study plan and discipline, you can conquer them. They are very easy if you know how to study them. So the tips is to start early and maintain discipline. That is the first tip, because we tend to allow procrastination get into us and be controlled by procrastination. And I want to say, Uti, you are bigger than procrastination. Procrastination, it's there to steal your marks, not to Uti iknikeze that pleasure when you are in your comfort zone. No, it's there to steal your marks and also to steal your cause, to steal your dream university, to steal your dream life. Just know that procrastination i-several people's in phela. Then the second tip is to focus on weak areas first. It's very crucial for you to know where you are weak, because we all have weaknesses. Just that we know we must be conscious about our weaknesses and be able to tackle them, because we want a balanced matric certificate. So for grade 12 honor level 7 in math with level 3 in life sciences. We need a balanced matric, because you need a certain EPS to get admitted into university. A lot of you, I know you applied for medicine. Yeah, it's a good cause. Medicine requires a strong and high performance, so you need to balance your work. I want to share my results, but I'll share them after the tips. Okay, so you must practice using the past papers, of course. Past papers are one of the things that are the catalyst to our success in the grade 12 final examination. So okay, you must practice your papers. How to practice your paper, guys? You can't practice your paper using your notes. You practice a paper without using the note, like in an exam setting, so that you know, Guti, are you ready or not? Because what's the point of using the note when you're practicing? Because note will not be there. You'll be alone. The note will be in your head. So you need to practice your past papers in an exam setting, because they were designed for the use of the exam setting. So that is an effective way. The other way, there's no other way actually. There's no other way other than just saying, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna look at the notes quickly, then come back. No, you are fooling yourself. It won't work. So after practicing past papers, you must use TPE memorandums to mark the papers yourself and see where did you go wrong, what to improve, how to improve, should you seek help. So you need a marking. I've also opened a platform for you guys to mark for yourself and submit the papers to me with the memorandum, and then I'll go through them, because I trust that you are honest with yourself and you are able to use the time correctly and write the paper correctly and do past paper correctly. So okay, I'll do a memorandum and just give you a few comments. I've already started with some are still hesitant, but it's still fine. It's fine. Also rotate the practice through your subject, because we need a balanced matric certificate after all. Stay hydrated, eat well, and rest. There is an important point. You should you should be hydrated. You should be fit to write the exam, because being fit to write an exam, it does not only requires you to know the content, it also requires you to be fully healthy, mentally and physically. So how to get fully healthy on those two categories? You sleep, you stay hydrated, and then you eat well. Yeah, those are my tips. And then fatigue, guys, take time to rest. 3 hours nje sleeping. Guys, do not use social media for you to rest. No, rest like ulale. So I would like to share achievements so far. I'll start with my report cards. So I did 7 subjects for a final of grade 11, because in grade 11. So for the final of grade 11, I got 5 distinctions and 2 Bs. I'll just mention 3 top subjects, which is English is my top subject with 91%. English file, followed by engineering graphics and design, which is 88%, followed by the tie of mechanical technology, which is 87%, and technical sciences, which is 87%. In technical mathematics, I got 77%. It's my lowest, with including isiZulu. So in term 1 of grade 12, I decided to know I need to get 7 distinctions in total. Like I need to get 7 distinctions by fire by force. They say that it in Masekai. So in term 1, I got the highest subject is life orientation and mechanical technology with 98% both subjects, followed by technical sciences with 94%, followed by English and technical maths with 92%, and my lowest is where is isiZulu? 83% isiZulu. isiZulu was one of my weakest areas or subject. And then term 2 result, okay, in term 1 I got an average of 92.86% with 7 distinctions. Then in term 2 I got 7 distinctions with an average of 89.29%, a drop significantly. I'll also mention my top subject. The top subject is life orientation with 94%, followed by mechanical technology with 92%, then followed by technical sciences with 91%. In technical math, I got 89%. It's not my lowest. My lowest was English here with 82%. and I improved in isiZulu to 88%. Then for term 3, I got 7 distinction. I improved. I got the average of 94% on the dot with 658 over 100 marks. My highest subject is, or there are 3. It's mechanical technology, life orientation, and technical mathematics. I got 97% on those subjects. I'll just share the whole report, followed by technical sciences with 96%, followed by isiZulu and English with 94% both. Also, then the last subject in this case is engineering graphics and design, and it was showing me. So you see, I wasn't just in Djibouti. I rose from 0 to 100 and I was perfect. No, there were errors and tries up until I perfected myself and I made sure I'm ready for my final exam. Sorry. I'll also share my final results right here. Final result, I hope you can see, with 7 distinctions. isiZulu, I got 91%, English I got 87%, technical mathematics I got 100%, life orientation I got 88%, engineering graphics and design I got 88%, mechanical technology I got 90%, technical sciences I got 87%. Yeah, those were my final result. And also to share my achievements. Of course, the first one is the NSC National Top Achievers Award. I got the 2nd ranking for the category of technical mathematics with 100%, followed by the KZN Provincial Awards. I got numerous awards, an honorary award. I got an honorary award being best candidate in certain subjects such as technical maths, mechanical technology. What else? Yeah, for representing Durban, for representing Enanda, Durban, and KZN in the national awards. Also in the Durban Mural Awards, I got, let me check, I got position 3, overall best candidate. Also I got a bursary I'm currently using the bursary. It's pays tuition fee, accommodation and meal allowance at Teguini municipality by the Honorable Mayor Okaba. I also got for the best candidate in technical math and mechanical technology. Then shifting to Township Award, which is Enanda, I got position 1 overall. And being the top candidate in the majority of the subject. Yeah, and then in my school I got position 1, of course. Also honorary from my principal. Yeah, so currently those are my achievements, and I'm currently in the Eugenius Club at the University of Johannesburg, the Top Achievers Club. So I just received my certificate. I think I'll share it with you. Yeah, so I've written an advice, sort of a closing message for you. I think reading it will make me feel more close to the statement that I've written. As you are on a battle, because this is a battle. It's not easy at all. It's not a black and white situation. So I think reading it to you will be significant. To the matric class of 2025, believe in your potential. Don't compare your progress to anyone else. Your journey is unique. Keep your goals inside, work hard, and never forget why you started. You have everything it takes to make your dreams come true. Go out there and make your future proud. We are waiting for you in university. So, have a good academic year as iphela. Also on Friday you are writing maths. I hope Guti you'll do very well. You'll do what we are told, and please do not derail from it. Remember, Guti, you are strong, you are powerful, more than you think, and you are capable. So okay, nibhale kahle, siyanithanda. Yeah.